Again. Now we're getting into the big leagues here, Jeff.
Yeah, we are.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. My hair's all janked. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games.
and
Board gamey things.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
We are here today to do another installment of our top 50 board games of all the frickin' time. As of right now. Oh, by the way, it's our list. I don't know if you heard Jeff saying that. We are here today to do our top 20. So number 20 to 11.
Nailed it. You did it.
20 to 11. We are almost at the top 10, which is just crazy. What a journey we've been on together already. It's freaking cold down here. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're like this.
I was just in a trance.
Yeah, in a trance. We're going to start with number 20. Would you like me to start this time?
It's your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. My number 20 game of all time is one that is not only new to us this year, it is like very new to us. This is one that I was like, remember, would it be bad if this was super high up on my list? That is Merchants of the Dark Road.
I thought you had already talked about this.
No, I talked about Merchants Cove.
Right.
Merchants of the Dark Road, which I'm pointing over there because it's over there. From Elf Creek Games. This game was my most anticipated game of all the games of 2021, 2022, whatever. We ended up getting a copy of this at PAX Unplugged, the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition, which is just stunning.
Mm-hmm. And
we played it for the first time a few weeks ago before Christmas, or after, like right after Christmas. Mm-hmm. Literally, I love this game. I love this game. It's number 20. I've played it one time and I just got it and I'm going to feel no shame about that. I love it. I know the more we play it, it's going to be even better. I'm going to be interested to see how it plays at 2. I don't know how that will go, but yeah, I just had the best time ever. Jeff's already talked about it up higher in the list, but I love it. I love it. It'll definitely would be higher on his list had we played it more.
100%.
Just like all the other games.
My number 20 favorite game of all time is Cthulhu Death May Die.
Oh.
Cthulhu Death May Die is a dice chucker battle game where you are essentially trying to destroy Cthulhu or Hastur and his minions. Mm-hmm. You're doing that by player powers that you have, by getting more dice. I didn't do it. I caught myself. Getting more dice to increase your abilities. There's an insanity element, and so you can go insane and get it actually boosts your power. So you can get items.
Insane in the membrane.
There's Mythos cards, very Cthulhu-esque game that I had a lot of fun with, and I just love chucking a bunch of dice.
This did not make my list.
That doesn't, I'm fine with that.
Cool, yeah, you're gonna have to be. My number 19 game is gonna be much higher on Jeff's list. Probably his number 1. I really don't know. And that is Root. Now, Root is a game that we have played previously at 2 players. The first time we played Root, we played it at 2. Mm-hmm. And then we played it at 3 with my brother. And then since then, we haven't played a physical copy of the game. We have been playing the app. And it has made me love the game way more. Because the first few times we played it, I'm like, why? Like, I should love this game. It's so cute. But it was so complicated. It's very hard to learn, but it's adorable. So we've been playing it a lot, and now I really love it. And I feel like as I continue to learn, because I'm still learning, I've played probably like 15 games of this, and I still do not know how to play every faction. I have the cats and the birds relatively understood. The Vagabond is like, what? And the Woodland Alliance is like, who? And I'm very excited. We're getting the Marauders expansion, which allows you to play more easily at 2 players. Thrilled to be getting that. But yeah, I love Root, and I would never have expected it to be in my top 20, but this year has changed that. So
my number 19 favorite game of all time is another Stonemaier game, and that is Viticulture.
Okay, Jeffrey, this one was on your top 10 last year.
Yep.
It was your number 2 game last year.
And I'll explain to you why it has dipped down, and it'll probably continue to dip down. I'm basing this off of the Essential Edition. We don't have Tuscany.
No.
If we had Tuscany, maybe this would be a bit different. My issue with Viticulture has become that I've become aware of the fact that you don't even have to make wine in order to win this game. A key strategy is to just not make wine at all, to just focus on, the board positions that you can pick, and...
We call that the Danielle method.
Yeah. the cards influence the game a little bit too much for me. I still love Viticulture. I mean, it's
Obviously,
it's 19.
it's 19,
Like,
yeah.
it's a very, very, very good game.
It's just a far drop from number 2.
Yeah, it's just slipped off the map a bit in terms of my top 10 just because of those reasons. Still love Viticulture a lot. I'll play it anytime someone wants to bring it out.
Interesting. Jeffrey, but not surprising. My number 18 is Azul. Probably not on your list.
Nope,
I think like the biggest thing for me with Azul is I'm very good at it.
Yes, you are.
There's something about playing Azul, just me and Jeff on the patio, on the deck in the summertime.
It's weird that that's become a summer game for
It
us.
really is. And now I've played it. I play it on BGA with people a lot now, but Jeff and I haven't really played it just one-on-one in quite a long time. But every time we play it, we really enjoy it. I don't know. There's something very warm to me about Azul.
Yeah.
It makes me feel warm.
If I wasn't to play Azul in the summer, I'd want a fire going or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I really
have
like
a
it. And
tea or a coffee. And
nice little chunky tiles.
Azul's great. My number 18 favorite game of all time from Ravensburger, probably in Jamie's top 5, that is Villainous. Villainous is a...
I'm so happy that this is this high on your list. I thought
the
it
more,
wasn't gonna
honestly,
be on it
do you
at
know
all.
what changed it for me? When we did our tournament. I had so much fun playing that tournament.
Me too. That was a real blast.
Villainous invokes a lot of things for me. I know how much Jamie enjoys it, so that inherently makes me enjoy it a little bit more. I've definitely got more in tune with appreciating Disney, with going to Disney World and appreciating all of that stuff and appreciating the movies more. So I think I've just grown my love for Disney overall this year. And Villainous is a great game. It's got some really cool mechanics in it. It's got some really cool villains that I love to play. It's also got some villains that I hate to play. Villainous is just a really fun game where, you're fading each other and trying to screw each other from getting to their objectives, and they're a bit asymmetrical. I would only think I'd want to play this at 2. I really, really enjoy playing this at 2-player, and yeah, I think this might keep kind of creeping up my list with all of the cool expansions they keep coming out with.
Oh, the new expansion has Madam Mim, and
I'm really excited that they're going into the Pixar stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was actually not expecting that to be on your list at all, so that makes me feel very happy.
Oh, it was definitely going to be on my list, yeah.
My number 17 is one that Jeff has already talked about, not this video, but in a previous one, and that is Dice Throne. I love Dice Throne, and we would have played it so much more this year if we had still had it. Dice Throne went home with Zach, so we don't have season 1 anymore, and we just got one of the copies of season 2. Like we said about Radlands, the same thing about Dice Throne. This is a game made for us. It is a head-to-head battling game. There's a little bit of strategy in it. There's a little bit of luck in it. So there's something for both of us. And I love how all the different characters play differently. They have different powers, but mechanically everything kind of works pretty similarly.
Very easy to table, very easy to teach.
Yeah, I love
Great
it.
game.
I love Dice Throne.
My number 17, I think this might shock you a bit because we have not played this in a very, very hot minute. That is Blood Rage.
Really?
Yep.
That's shocking. Does that mean Red Rising's higher on your list?
Why would Red Rising be higher?
That's not what I meant.
Rising Sun?
Yeah, I always get them mixed up.
I guess we'll find out. We haven't played Blood Rage in a very long time.
Years.
After having played Ankh and playing Rising Sun, I know that those types of games are ones that I appreciate. I don't like Ankh. Let me be clear.
That's not on either of our lists.
I'd like to revisit Blood Rage, and I remember the first time playing it, loving it. So Blood Rage is a dudes on a map game where you're just trying to score as many possible points as you can by, defeating other players. There's, I believe, objectives and that sort of thing in the game in order to just basically score points. So Blood Rage is one that I would like to table again soon. We don't own a copy.
Jason has
but,
a copy.
Yeah, Jason has a copy. I would love to play that again soon.
I'm quite shocked by that one.
I knew you
Actually,
would be.
very shocked.
And honestly, I was shocked where it landed.
Well, my number 16 is Quacks of Quedlingberg. It's not on your list.
Shocking.
I love Quacks of Quedlingberg. I love push your luck games.
Yeah, you do.
I do. I love them. I like the fact that it could be anybody's game, but it's always mine because I'm very lucky. If you are inherently a non-lucky person, such as Jeff, when it comes to dice rolling or bag building and stuff, you're not going to love these games. But for me, I love it. It's so fun and pulling things out of the bag and things are exploding, and I just love it. It's something that you can introduce to anybody, and I don't know. I always have fun playing, except one time. One time I played the game just as Jeff would play the game, and then I understood why he didn't.
Very unlucky.
And then I understood why he doesn't like the game. But the way that
why.
I play it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that is my number 16?
16.
16.
I knew it would be up that high.
Yeah.
My number 16 is another game we haven't played in a while. We tried to table it, but the rules overhead kind of ruined that experience. That is
the fail of the trail.
Great Western Trail.
Now, Jeffrey, this was number 10 on your list last year.
Fallen a little bit.
A little bit.
I'm excited to try the second edition of this game.
Yep.
Great Western Trail fell off the list a bit because we haven't been able to play it. It is rules heavy, and none of us know it well enough to be able to just throw it out on the table and play it. I don't know if it'll continue to drop based off of that fact. Off of the games I've played of this, love it. Great Western Trail is a game wherein you are kind of one-way ticket to delivering a bunch of cattle. So there's a bit of a set collection piece. You want to deliver different types of cattle to different cities. Bunch of stuff going on in this game.
I love cows. Okay, where are we? My number 15 is a game that was on my top 10 last year. Oh, crap. I forgot to mention Quacks was my number 5 last year. And this year it is my number 16. This game was my number 4 last year. And this year it is my 15, and that is viticulture. I love viticulture. This is a game that I feel like I will always play if somebody wants to play viticulture.
100%. Yeah.
We pull it out less often now than we ever did before, but that's because it's not great at 2. It's okay. It's not great at 2, so we don't play it as much. But I will always love this game. The fact that you don't have to make wine to win doesn't bother me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought it was quite interesting. Game about making wine and stuff.
Not apparently, though.
Apparently not. If you're Danielle, you don't need to do that. It's a great strategy, in my opinion. So that was my number 4 last year, so it has fallen, definitely, because we have played some pretty amazing games this year.
My number 15 favorite game of all time from Red Raven Games, Sleeping Gods. Sleeping Gods has the ability to be in my top 5. Just haven't played it enough.
Yeah.
Sleeping Gods is one that is a game that we basically were like, we need to buy a board gaming table so that we can play this game.
Yes.
That's how much I love that game. We need to get the table built so that we can play this friggin' game. Sleeping Gods has invoked so much of the things I love about not only just board games, but video games and all of the things that I love in life, which is exploration and curating stories and narratives. It does all of that. It is a massive hog of a game.
It's a beast.
It has a ton of management within the game in terms of conditions and players and ship. There's a lot going on in this game, but I absolutely cannot wait to continue it.
Did not make my list, but it will make my list.
Yeah, I know.
After we play it more.
Yep.
Okay, Jeffrey. Number 14 on my list is The Lost Ruins of Arnak. I kind of played around with this between number 11 and 14. I didn't know where it should fall. I knew probably it wasn't my top 10. I love this game. I've loved it even without the expansion, and it was, if you've seen the video of Jeff and I disagreeing on games, that was one of the games because I just love it so much. I love the theme, I love the actions, my strategy seems to work without going up the research track too much. I love it. And now that we got the Expedition Leaders expansion, I love it even more. The new research tracks are amazing, and the asymmetrical leaders are just fantastic.
Yep.
We've only played with 3 of them so far, so I'm really going to be interested in trying out each one. I love Lost Ruins of Arnak. There's a reason, I think, why it's so popular.
100%.
It's popular for me too.
I actually thought it'd be a bit higher.
Yeah, I thought it would be too.
My number 14 game, favorite game of all time,
Yep.
is Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth. We've only played this game a very fraction of an amount.
That's a number. Fraction of an amount.
We've only played like not even one scenario.
Right, yes.
Is what I'm trying to say.
We played it twice.
So then you might be like, why is this so high on your list? My love for Lord of the Rings
Runs deep.
runs very deep.
You might even say it's as deep as Mount Doom
Is tall.
is tall.
Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth is as close to, in my opinion, a game that you can play that invokes the feeling like you are in the movie or in the book. I'm so excited. We just bought our own copy of this. I'm so excited to play this at 2 with Jamie. I think that's where we struggled the first time we played it. We've learned over this year that certain games Jamie and I just prefer to play together. Jaws of the Lion, for example.
Imperial Assault.
Those campaign games are best with just Jamie and I, and I'm so friggin' excited to experience this journey with her.
Journey into Middle-earth. Say no more. Say name. Number 13 on my list is another one that I was playing around with, and I was like, where do I put this? But that is Camelot. This game is so good. And it is one of those things because it's a very situational game. We would never play it just the two of us. We would rarely play it at 3. We need at least 4, and the more the merrier, in my opinion.
Up to 6.
Up to 6.
Only, yeah.
If you've got 7, no, you don't get to play. 6, fine. I love this game. It's just forever has been like one of my favorite. Every time we play, it's like the most fun I've ever had. Like, I just love it. People are yelling and they're standing up and they're yelling at the camels and they're like, green, what? And then the one camel's going backwards and it's carrying other camels. And like, how ridiculous does that sound? Very ridiculous, but it's so fun. So that is my number 13, Camelot.
That's so amazing in that game that it can be the last turn and you still don't know who's going to win that race.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. My number 13 game from Fantasy Flight Games, no longer in print, that is Android Netrunner. We finally got to table Android Netrunner and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I understand that this is a tough one to table because the rulebook is super thematic and very difficult to read. I'm so glad we were able to slog through it, or at least Jamie was able to slog through it. It invoked that feeling of Magic the Gathering for me, and it was a dual, 2-player head-to-head lane battler. There's so much going on, and we only played 2 of the factions. There's so much to explore in this game. I'm super excited to keep trying it. And it's interesting because this is where Radlands gets a bit confusing for me because Radlands is much, much lower on my list, but is, in my opinion, Netrunner light.
Yeah, my preference is Radlands over Netrunner, for sure.
It's just easier to table. It's more accessible. But Android Netrunner is so good. And there's a new iteration, NISEI, I believe, is doing their own version of this game. So definitely check it out. But that is my number 13 Android Netrunner.
Great game. Not on my list. My number 12.
Really?
Yeah, it's not on my list.
That surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, I liked it, for sure. We need to play it more. Because, like, the first time that we played it was literally just like...
It was a big learn. What
the heck is going on here? My number... No, I forgot. Number 12 is going to be higher on Jeff's list by a lot. And that is Res Arcana. I was actually surprised this didn't land in my top 10. But then
I am a little bit too.
I love Res Arcana. This is a fantastic game. The first time that I played it, I was like, But we play it all the time. Like, we literally play this game all the time. Both in person, we play it with Billy and Michelle from Second Start to Left. We introduced it to Kavre last night. We've played it with... Who else did we play it with? You've played it with a bunch of people, my brothers, and I love it. It's an engine building game, fantasy based, where you are just racing first to 10. And I love that you can be sneaky in it and you can win without anybody even thinking you're a threat. And I just love it. I don't know. I love that game.
I don't know how that game works so well, but it does.
It just does.
And every time I play it, it boggles my mind that I'm like, how does this work so well?
It's excellent at 2 players. I find it does work really well with us, Billy and Michelle, now because we all know what we're doing and it just goes very smoothly.
Not on my list.
Yeah, right.
My number 12 favorite game of all time has already briefly been mentioned here by Jamie. Not on her list yet. Don't know if it's going to be, but that is Rising Sun. Rising Sun is another dudes on the map game where it's got a really cool dynamic wherein you kind of hide your coins, I guess, and you kind of get to vote on things you want to do and you pay money towards doing certain things, but you don't get to see how much people have voted. It's really cool. I sometimes struggle to understand why people like Blood Rage more than Rising Sun.
I
don't really know the nuance, so, it is what it is, but
I think it's theme. I think people prefer that Greek battler over like the maybe Japanese samurais.
Well, it's not Blood Rage is Norse.
Norse, right. Yeah. Over the samurais, maybe. Yeah. I don't know why, though.
Anywho, Rising Sun, we had an absolute blast playing. Yeah. I love the miniatures. It looks great. The board's great. It's really cool manipulation, and the battle mechanics are very good in that game. That is my number 12, Rising Sun.
It's not on my list, but of the 3 of those, it is definitely
Dudes on the Map probably isn't your...
I like it, but I just, it didn't make my list. My number 11 almost made my number 10, obviously. That is Parks.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't make it into my top 10.
Wow.
It was really tough. It kind of floated. Now you don't know what's in my top 10.
There's one for sure I know is in your top 10 now. Yeah, I could, if I looked quick, I bet you I could nail your top 10.
Parks, I love. I love Parks, and I think I've never lost.
I think you did once.
Doesn't sound
the
like
first
me.
time we played on Tabletop Simulator, which I don't think counts.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't count. Doesn't count because I lost. I just love this game. We just got the Nightfall expansion, which we haven't played with yet. Everything about it, beautiful. I love it. I love this game.
My number 11 favorite game of all time is Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation. Lord of the Rings: The Confrontation is Stratego with a Lord of the Rings theme. You are constantly moving forward regardless of whether or not. So basically you're playing as the forces of Sauron or the Fellowship. And the Fellowship is trying to get Frodo to Mount Doom.
Yep.
And Sauron's forces are trying to either kill Frodo or get 3 of their characters or 4 of your dark characters to the Shire. And you can't move backwards. You're constantly moving forwards. Mm-hmm. And each person's characters are hidden from the other, and they all have asymmetrical abilities. So one might instantly kill another, which Jamie did to me.
Yeah, I think I had Legolas, and he instantly killed one of the things.
Yeah, I can't remember
whoever you were attacking with. I was like, ha!
So you basically say, I want to attack you, and then you reveal with cards and stuff in it. Yeah. It's so good. I love it so much. We just got a copy. Yeah. So excited to play it. Lord of the Rings Confrontation. Love, love, love.
I know it's going to be up higher the more we play it. Oh, that's the last one. Those are number 20 to number 11, which means we only have one more list to go.
Here we go.
Our top 10. And I honestly think I only know, like, what is on your top 10? Because everything I thought...
Can you guess?
Yes.
I can guess at least 2.
What are they?
I can't tell you, though, because that's no fun. 2, 3, 4.
I'm just going to sit here while you reel off numbers.
I think I know what 5 of them are. But other than that, I have no idea. Anyway, that is going to be coming up next Tuesday.
So
stay tuned for that. Tuesday tunes, because they rhyme. Anyways, if you're interested in buying board games, like any of the 30, 40, any of the 40 we've already talked about, please first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us here in Halifax, that is...
Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yeah, it is. That's all we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
There it is.
We are here today.
Wait. Just focus on... You're basically going around a bit of a rondelle. There's different ways.
Cows. Did you know that Jason wants a copy of this game?
I didn't. Does he?
Yeah, he does.
The new one, right?
The new one, yes. I don't think I know what a rondelle is.
It's like a circle.
That got the cat's attention. What's this, Tail?